What are they doing? They lost to the Cowboys 31-28 last week. That was a pretty good game. Odell Beckham Jr. obviously having that awesome catch. Now, people didn't realize how many catches like that he had at LSU, but I'm going to give him his props for that. Now, the Giants play at the Jaguars, 1 o'clock on Fox tomorrow. I'm saying the Jaguars are winning that game. These guys aren't, but we'll see how that plays out. Now, the Jets, 2-9, lost to the Bills 38-3 last week in Detroit, but they returned to the Meadowlands this week to face the Dolphins Monday night, 8:30, obviously on ESPN. I think the Dolphins will come away with that relatively easily. And that's it for football. CB, you're taking hockey, right?
Yeah, right. We first off, we have the Devils, who are 9-10-4. They're on a 3-game losing streak. They did lose in overtime in a shootout, I believe, last night. So they're getting some points. Corey Schneider hasn't been playing his best, but they're at the Islanders tonight. Currently, they're losing 2-1. Unfortunately, Adam Larson has a goal for the Devils. Nikolai Kluman has one for the Islanders, as does Calvin DeHaan. So Devils.
Cal Clutterbuck, actually.
What? Excuse me. Calvin DeHaan had the assist on that play. Devils have not been playing their best right now, which is unfortunate. The Rangers, 11-8-4. They just finished up a back-to-back win of the Flyers, 5-2. I think they won 3-0 yesterday. It might have been 4-0. They'll be at Tampa Bay on Monday. The Islanders are at 16-7-0. The Caps snapped their 5-game winning streak. But they are tied for first place with the Penguins right now.
Yeah.
They play the Devils.
No.
The Penguins are way ahead. You should be worried right now. So the Islanders have been playing some really good hockey. Probably the best team in New York right now, considering all the struggles we've been having with football teams, basketball teams, and, well, it's not baseball season, so the Mets aren't ruling New York yet, so...
I feel like the Islanders are a lot like the Mets, though. Like they will be at the beginning of the season like they are now. Great record, tied for first place, and then they're just gonna come crashing down. All their fans are like you guys, expecting.
As Steve Summer would call them, the Icelanders are poised for playoff contention this year. I think they're gonna probably make at least the Eastern Conference Finals.
Look, I think. They're playing great right now, but I think they're going to crash. I think they're going to be like the Mets. Everyone's saying, "Oh, this is the year. This is the year." But it's not. By midseason, they're going to crash and be irrelevant by the end of the year.
When have we said it was the Mets' year since like 2009? We've known they're going to be back.
Well, you guys have learned from your mistakes, but there are other people who haven't.
This year's a different story. This year they're going to be good.
And what's going to happen, CB? 3 months into the season, they're going to crash.
Matt Harvey's going to win the Cy Young. Jacob deGrom's going to finish second. And Zach Wheeler's going to finish fourth behind Clayton Kershaw.
That's some funny stuff. Now, for basketball, the Knicks, 4-13. They're on a 3-game losing streak. I'm surprised it's that short. They're versus the Heat tomorrow, versus the Nets on Tuesday, versus the Cavs. Then at the Hornets Friday.
Well, it's only that short because they did play the 76ers, so.
That's true. The 76ers are absolutely atrocious. Now, real quick, I do want to get your guys' opinion after the whole Eric Bledsoe ordeal. Real quick, who would you take in a 7-game series? CB. Kentucky or 76ers?
I would take the 76ers pretty easily.
Snowball?
I take Sixers. They have talent.
Last year, I'm really tempted to take Kentucky. I know all logic says 76ers. We had this discussion with the Jaguars in Alabama, and obviously the Jaguars would win that because they have 53 NFL players.
That one's really, really easy.
Because Alabama maybe has 10 to 15 NFL players, maybe 20 if you're lucky. The Jaguars have 53.
That's a real lot.
The Jaguars have 53. Now, I really don't know half the 76ers roster, to be honest. I'm really tempted to take Kentucky. So I'm going to say 76ers, but it would be close.
MC Dub would tear that team. Michael Carter-Williams and Tony Roten would tear the hair.
Tony Roten?
Nerlens. Nerlens would do work too.
On healthy Embiid, Henry Sims is...
I'd say 76ers in 6. 76ers in 6.
I bet it's 5 games. I bet maybe 4.
All right. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to see that. As for the Nets, they beat the 76ers 99-91. They play the Bulls tomorrow. CB, I know you'll be watching that. They play the Knicks on Tuesday, as we mentioned, and they play the Hawks Friday.
Woo!
CB, quick prediction. Who's going to win that game, Nets or Bulls?
That was laughable. Bulls might have Taj Gibson
back. That was laughable.
They have Joakim Noah back. They have Derrick Rose back. This team, when they have everyone together, clicks on all cylinders. That's a very easy one for me. This Bulls team is easily a top 3 team in the NBA when they're healthy.
All right. Okay, now, as for the homer statement of the week, really none of our teams are performing. Snowball pulled one out of nowhere because apparently he's a Villanova fan. I had no idea. But Snowball, you can take this one.
Yeah, Villanova winning the Legends Classic here at the Barclays Center was a great tournament for them. Number 14 VCU is probably going to go down a lot because they just lost to Old Dominion today. So they won 77-53 and then beat Michigan, who was ranked 19th, in the finals. 60-55, won the Legends Classic. They're on Roy now, still undefeated, looking good. If they can shoot a little better, they'll be one of the best teams in the country.
Okay. Now, the bra of the week, this was very touching for me. Not only because I'm a Steelers fan, but I saw this on Twitter early.
Oh my goodness.
No, this is actually legitimate. I saw this early Thanksgiving morning. Le'Veon Bell published an article in the Medium.com's The Cauldron. It was actually a really nice thing. He just gave thanks for everything that she's done for him, and very similar to the Kevin Durant MVP speech. And it was just great. We'll tweet out the link if you want to read it, but it was just great to see that
You'll tweet out the link, you mean?
Huh?
I said you'll tweet out the link.
I'll tweet out the link. Follow me at Nick Goddess. But it was great. It was very touching. So, I'll share that on my Twitter. As for the Joel Embiid segment, in honor of Cardell Jones being named the starting quarterback of the Ohio State Buckeyes, I am going to pull up a tweet from. Let me see how old it was. I can't exactly remember. Okay, it was from October 2012. This is Cardell Jones. In the glory that is Cardell Jones. Quote, why should we have to go to class if we came here to play football? We ain't come to play school. Classes are pointless. So that's the face of Ohio State right now. I would imagine Mark Emmert and the NCAA are loving that, and I am loving it too. I take every moment possible to bash the NCAA. So that was great by Cardell Jones. You are the recipient of the Joel Embiid Memorial Award for outstanding performance in social media. So congrats to you.
Can that happen from a 2-year-old tweet? Isn't that some delayed recognition?
It is some delayed recognition, but you know what? He's bringing it into the spotlight now. Actually, I should bring this up as you bring up old tweets. I don't know if you guys saw, but a lot of Eagles fans were trolling the Cowboys on Twitter on Thanksgiving. Now, I'm not sure what the history of the Cowboys Twitter at Dallas Cowboys or at Cowboys, whatever it is. Perhaps it was owned by someone else previously. Basically, there were a bunch of old tweets from 3 or 4 years ago just commenting on the Cowboys and how terrible they were. I'm guessing someone owned the account before the Cowboys. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the league, but when Tacos sells the Cowboys URL to Jerry Jones, I think it was something like that. So basically, it was all these tweets trashing the Cowboys' defense and Tony Romo, and Eagles fans were digging these up and just retweeting them. And it was from the verified Cowboys account. It was pretty funny. So that was great. Some dedication from Eagles fans right there. Snowball, I know you love to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the snowball effect while we're at it.
All right, so it's your favorite segment of the week, Snowball Effect. My Snowball Effect is the New York Knicks, a team that is 4-13. I don't even know the last time they won a game. It's been a very long time. almost won it without Melo against the Mavericks. Went to OT thanks to J.R. Smith, but could not handle it. Tyson Chandler had 25 rebounds. Former Nick really showing them that they should never trade for him. Because really, Calderon's been hurt the whole time. Dallenberg really hasn't done that much, and Chandler's racking up rebounds. He has 17 rebounds tonight. He's just racking up boards like there's no tomorrow. And they lost to Thunder 105-78 yesterday. It's just not looking good, really, at all. Barely, close game against the Sixers, close with the Rockets lost. Now they got to go to Miami, play Brooklyn, play Cleveland, even Charlotte, who's struggling, I think will beat them. I mean, I could seriously see the Knicks going on a six game losing streak right now. No joke.
Yeah,
So
I don't
next year
find
might
that
have to
surprising
go
at all.
because they're struggling, and Melo's now looking, even when he's healthy, he's not up to par yet. It's just not looking great for the Knicks right now.
I can't remember the last time it was looking good for the Knicks, honestly. I mean, they beat the Cavs, but that's about it. The Cavs are struggling. So, to get away from the gloominess that is the New York Knicks, I'm going to send it over to CB to tell us who is hot and who is not.
Hey, Nick, if I asked you at the start of the year, who would be the recipient of who's hot at before the start of Week 13, would you guess A, Johnny Manziel, or B, Mark Sanchez?
Before the season, I would say I wouldn't pick from either of those. I think they're both bad. But beginning of the season, who's more likely? I would say Johnny Manziel.
would not say Mark Sanchez.
Okay, I wouldn't say Mark
Case in
Sanchez.
point, you definitely would not have taken Mark Sanchez, who is the recipient of who hot. Now, he only had 217 passing yards, but he had a passing touchdown and rushing touchdown. He really just managed that game all he needed to. He got a lead pretty early and he didn't have to do too much. So he looked really good. He's looked really good, and not only is his play, but he's probably getting a lot more media attention and a lot more positive feedback than his play is probably warranted. But he's still been very good, and that team keeps winning, so he's going to be his hot. Johnny Manziel is going to be his not. Not only has he not really played a snap at quarterback all year, but a fan approached him quite aggressively in the lobby of his condo building, and they got into an altercation with a fan, and the fan said that he was assaulted by the rookie quarterback and his quote entourage. And it was reported at 2:36 a.m. Morning this week. And so it's just escalating to another Johnny Manziel incident. So he's definitely not hot.
Why am I not surprised that Johnny Manziel was out at 1 a.m. doing something illegal? I think he is the player in the NFL most likely to do that. Would you guys disagree?
Him and Gronk, I mean, does Gronk count too? I mean, I guess Johnny Manziel's not even legal to drink yet, so I guess that would be him as well.
Yeah, but, Gronk keeps it under control. Gronk is crazy, but he doesn't do anything that's illegal.
I don't know. There's a lot of bad guys in the NFL. I don't know if Johnny Manziel's actually one of them, but, yeah.
So Johnny Manziel definitely not hot. I have been surprised, however, how much attention he has been getting in-game being the backup quarterback. It's escalating to a Tebow-esque level here, don't you think? Because he doesn't even have...
It's already past that.
He doesn't even have as many packages as Tebow. At least Tebow was in for a good portion of the game, even with the Jets. Johnny Manziel doesn't... He hardly plays. And he's still getting several cutaways during any given game.
And he gets Snickers commercials.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about that.
You know what? I'm here... I have a message for whatever company owns Snickers. I don't even know. But you need to give Brian Hoyer an endorsement here. Why would you settle for a second-string quarterback when you can have the all-pro that is Brian Hoyer?
But he's not Johnny Jam Boogie.
Okay, we can easily change it to Brian Jam Boogie. It's not a big deal.
And Brian Football, I mean, come on.
Brian Football, I can totally see that. I'll put that on a billboard right now.
If you're paying for it, go ahead. I will back you morally 100%.
Can we just see where Brian Hoyer went to college real quick? Because I kind of want to bash Snowball real quick.
Stop. All right, let's just finish the show.
Okay, he went to Michigan
We're
State.
not doing this now. I will talk to you. I'll do this theory after the football season. We're waiting. We're not doing this now.
All right. You heard it here first. Off season, we were having a whole show dedicated to the quarterback theory debate.